Alright friends, welcome back. This is Rajiv Pradhan again. In my first video I briefly introduced you to ancient Indian mathematics and some of the contributors to that, such as Aryabhatta, Brahmagupta, Bhaskaracharya, etc. Then we had a more in-depth video about Aryabhatta, and today we'll talk about another two great personalities, Brahmagupta and Varahamihir. So let's get started. Brahmagupta originates from today's Rajasthan, about 500 AD. We are still talking about 2000 years back, and he was a great contributor to mathematics and astronomy, and he headed the astronomical observatory in Ujjain, which is today's MP. Right. Now, one single thing, if you want to remember Brahmagupta for, is creator of number 0, and I will tell you that interesting story later on. He also explained how to calculate cube and cube roots. For example, 2 cube is 8 and cube root of 8 is 2, etc. He gave rules for dealing with different types of combinations of fractions, and gave the sum of squares for the first n natural numbers, so 1 square plus 2 square plus 3 squares and so on and so forth, and also did some work on quadratic equations such as x square plus 2 equal to 11, and how do you solve such equations. Okay, so now let's talk about this creation of 0. There was a mathematics conference, and during those days maths was predominantly with the Greek, Romans, Arab and Jews, but India was the leading contributor. So, lot of conferences used to happen in India. In this particular conference, lot of mathematicians came from all over the world, as I mentioned, and they spoke about their knowledge, what are their new findings, etc. Brahmagupta said that he has to talk about something as a new concept called as 0. Now, understand that before that there was no standard method of adding and subtracting numbers. Forget even multiplying and dividing numbers, right? So, as a result, many businessmen had lost money, some crooks had made money in certain transactions, because you don't know. I will give you an example. If you take Roman numbers, right, how do you write Roman 5? It's a V. Roman 9 is written an IX, and Roman 12 is written in 12XII. Now, how do you add a 9 and a 12? Right? Romans didn't know. So, Brahmagupta explained, he wrote down numbers from 0 to 9, which we call as natural numbers, and then he said you put a 0 after 1, which we today know as number 10. And then he used that 0 to add two numbers, and believe me, literally everybody in that conference fell off their chairs. Now, you can imagine this solved a very basic problem and did entire revolution not only to mathematics, but also to all the subjects. You take physics, chemistry, whichever subject you talk about, it requires numbers, right? And that's the basic contribution that Brahmagupta gave. So, now you know why 0 is so important, even though 0 means nothing. This context is very important, and I hope you have understood this. He also wrote some rules about number 0. For example, x plus 0 equal to x, y plus 0, y minus 0 equal to y, z multiplied by 0 equal to 0. He was not very sure about if you divide a number by 0 what happens. Bhaskaracharya later on solved that problem. So, going forward, he also deduced that if x square equal to 9, x means x equal to plus or minus 3. That minus 3 concept is very important here. He solved quadratic equations with two variables, simple things, as I have written the x square plus 2y equal to 9, 2x plus 7 equal to 16, then you take the value of x, put it in another equation, find out y, and then you find out x, right. So, he solved quadratic equations. All this seems very simple today, but imagine a time 2000 years ago when you did not even know 0, he calculated, he solved quadratic equations. He went even further and he solved equations having what is called as simultaneous equations, which has multiple variables. And even today you try to solve the 3 equations that I have given below, and you will see how complicated that is. He gave a value of pi square root of 10, 3.16, very close to what we know, 3.14, and his theorem on cyclic quadrilaterals is also very famous. So, that is about Brahmagupta. Now, let us talk about another great personality again from Ujjain MP, Varaha Mihir. Now, in those days in king's court, they hired lot of intelligent people, for example, musicians, mathematicians, philosophers. Birbal was one such, though he was a minister, right. They are called as jewels in king's court. Legal, for example, the one who could give legal advice. So, Varaha Mihir was one of the 9 jewels in Vikramaditya's court. And if you just look at his contribution, right, in Brihat Samhita, the book that he wrote, which is nothing less than today's encyclopedia, or what we call as Wikipedia. And look at the topics he discussed. He talked about architecture, temples, planetary motions, eclipse, timekeeping, astrology, seasons, cloud formation, rainfall, agriculture, mathematics, obviously, gemology, perfumes. So, you can imagine the expanse of his knowledge, right. It is not just trying to experiment with something, but experimenting and writing something about a topic, right. That is how great Varaha Mihir was. Slightly less known personality. Now, he wrote a book called as Panchasiddhika, which has 5 broad topics. Surya Siddhanta talks about the sun, Vasishtha Siddhanta talks about the stars. Then there is a book called Paulusa Siddhanta, there is a topic. Romaka Siddhanta, it about is written about Roman Empire, and then there is called as Paitamaha Siddhanta. So, that is little bit about Varaha Mihir. In addition to that, he contributed to trigonometry, improved the accuracy of sine tables, which were originally created by Aryabhatta. See, all this content you feel has been created in Europe, but it is not. Sine tables have been originated in India by Aryabhatta and improved by Varaha Mihir. Please remember that every time you solve or your children solve trigonometry problem. Then another topics, what we today know as Pascal triangle, he solved that, and he also used to calculate binomial coefficients. He also recorded the first known 4 by 4 magic quadrant. Optics is another area that he contributed to, right, reflection and refraction of light when it passes through air or water or any liquid or glass, etc. So, that is about Varaha Mihir. In next video, I am going to discuss a very interesting mathematician called Bhaskaracharya, right. We know Bhaskaracharya very well. I am going to discuss that. So, again, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoy this lecture series. Do share it with your friends, family, students, and also subscribe to my channel, and I will try to contribute more to it. Thanks for watching.